We're praying for a miracle because that's all we got. We have had our foster daughters in our home for 3.5 years, which is 1.5 years longer than the law in the state of Ohio allows. This case is a mess. And we went to court in May for permanent custody of all three. And Wednesday, I got a call that said the judge's order came through and they're gonna reunify with her father, but the other two will stay with you. I thought I was gonna throw up. That was not the motion. The motion for the court was permanent custody for all three, and they separated her out. A 3.5-year-old girl who's been with us since she was a month old. We're all she knows. This is gonna get harder because we're gonna have to pack up all of her stuff. And we're gonna have to try to explain this to a 3-year-old why I can't stay here. And then we gotta explain to her sisters, and if he doesn't want us to see her, he doesn't have to. So this might be goodbye. And I'm sitting with my wife, who's crying so hard, I think she's gonna go into a panic attack. And she said, why would God allow this to happen? And I said to her, Melissa, you know that understanding is not the goal. We may never know why. Faithfulness is the goal, that we suffer well. And God must trust us to suffer well, because man, this is the toughest thing we've ever faced. This suffering is not from some bad decision I made. We reap what we sow. Our sin brings suffering into our lives, but we created it. This suffering comes because we said yes to what he told us to do. I had to tell my mom and hear her cry. I had to tell my mother-in-law and watch her cry. We had to call our boys and tell them, like, hey, we don't know when. We're told by the 28th, it can happen at any time. They don't have to give us notice. We're begging them to give us notice. We're praying for a miracle because that's all we got. But I know this about suffering. God uses suffering to form us. It's when we're most vulnerable. When we're in situations where we have no control, we can either turn to God or turn away from him. On Wednesday, when we found out, I said, I've never prayed as hard as I did. I prayed the Garden of Gethsemane prayer. God, if there be any way, please, please take this away, but let your will be done. And that hurts. So my prayer is that God would not let them break our family up. And if that's what's going to happen, then God, please don't let our hearts become hard.